It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today I want to do a quick overview of HP. They made a big announcement about Amplify for all. We also know that they're going to publish their FY 2023 numbers on November 21st, unless they extend it closer to Thanksgiving so people can get more distracted. But ladies and gentlemen, they put out this article about Amplify for all. I'm going to get to that in a second, and I want to kind of talk about this ahead of them posting their year-end numbers, because the OEMs, they're pushing out the numbers. This morning, I got the numbers for Konica Minolta, and I know a lot of you are saying, oh, Ray, just cut to the chase. Did Konica Minolta make any money for the first half of FY 2023? Ladies and gentlemen, let me put it this way. So you know how you have the line, and if you're above the line, they show it in black. You know, if you're below the line, they show it in red. Well, here's the line, okay? And I'm going to tell you, the amount of black space above the line is as thick as one of my Magic Sharp playing decks of cards. That's how thick it is. So in other words, if an ant walked up to the line, they would look like a skyscraper. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll get to that in the Konica Minolta episode coming soon, but let's talk about HP. HP makes an announcement. HP paves way for partner growth with integration of all solutions and services under the Amplify Partner Program. Amplify for all. I'm reading this nonsense and I'm thinking to myself, why do those dealer friends of mine that sell supply and service print equipment, that are selling some technologies around the IT space, why in the world would they do a contract with an overreaching OEM, HP, where HP gets all this data? Why would they do this? Because HP Amplify is not to help those dealer friends of mine. HP Amplify is about HP getting closer to those dealer friends of mine's end users. That's what it's about. HP Amplify is about HP getting closer to the end users, those dealer friends of mine, service and sell. That's the reality. And now they're going to add the Poly, Teradisi, and HyperX. Get all these things, put them together. We're going to go out and change the world with a hybrid worker. That Poly acquisition HP made. Holy crap. Ladies and gentlemen, remember I did the episode? You know, the remote worker is going to buy all this Poly technology and put it in their home office. Or maybe they're going to strap cameras to their helmets when they're running around working remote. Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen. Remember all the talk about subscription print coming out of HP? Subscription print. We sold millions and millions and millions and millions of subscription print. We also lost billions of dollars in supply business. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, it just seems to me that HP is out there reaching for the stars. The problem is, well, they're not very tall. I just came up with that. I don't know if it makes any sense, but I'm thinking about it. You know, if you're a really short person, you're trying to reach for the stars, you're never going to get them. And HP's never going to get them. This Amplify thing is not about dealers. It's not about helping dealers. I mean, come on, dealers. Is HP calling you up? Hey, you've been on Amplify. You've been giving us your data for a couple of years now. We just got to let you know. I mean, we're mining through this data, and you have so many opportunities. As a matter of fact, we believe if you do what we tell you right now and you run out to these customers, you're going to be able to increase your sales by 20%. Has that happened? Probably not. Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen. So we read the article, right, about this Amplify for all. I think it's a bunch of nonsense. You know, Amplify Impact. You know, that's so much greenwashing. It's crazy. You know, here's a company talking about how they're going to help the environment. At the same time, they push out firmware, lock out remanufactured cartridges, which would really kind of help the environment. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it's just crazy stuff. They want to get closer to distributors. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you know, think about this. All those friends of mine that are using DCA tools, and the DCA tool's largest customer is HP. I mean, think about that, how stupid that is. I've been talking about that for a while. Yeah, let me sign up with this DCA tool company whose largest customer is HP, who has a really good relationship with a lot of distributors. Boy, one day they'll be able to use that technology and they won't need me. And as long as I keep giving HP the data, it'll be a great deal for HP, because Amplify was never built for the dealer. Amplify was built for HP to get closer to those dealer friends of mine's end users. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of folks will say, well, Ray, you know, they kicked off Amplify in late November of 2020. The stock was at $21.93. In June of 2022, the stock was at $40. Had nothing to do with Amplify. Didn't have a damn thing to do with subscription print. It had to do with notebooks, and it was a notebook bubble. And when it happened, I did an episode and told you all the bubble's going to pop, and the stock's going to fall. Well, the stock fell. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, HP doesn't sell enough notebooks anymore to even count. I talked about that before when I do their financials. They don't even count them anymore. Stop counting stuff. Because, I mean, the end of the day with Ray's look at the financials, going to find out we're not selling any notebooks. The investors are going to get all freaked out. And then I'm sure the CEO's like, oh, don't worry about it. I'll run around and talk about subscription print. That'll distract the market. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning the stock was at $26.76. It's 35% off. Subscription print. The nonsense around Amplify. Locking customers out of their machines if they don't use OEM toner. None of these tactics are helping them grow their revenue. When they publish their numbers in just a couple of weeks, it's going to be the largest decline in the company's history from a revenue standpoint. You know, ladies and gentlemen, the new CEO took over HP November 1st of 2019, and of course he was all excited. He came out of the print business. He was running that print business. And you would think, you know, he's running the print business. He should really be able to help the print business as he helps the rest of the company. And at the end of the day, I was never excited about taking someone out of the print business, putting him in charge of an entire technology company where the core deliverable of print is actually declining. You need someone that really understands technology. You need someone that understands how to take the company to another level. And I didn't believe that was someone that was running the print business. I wasn't the only one that thought that. But you know, when you look at the numbers of what the company did the first year that the new CEO was at the helm, well, let's just share them. I got them. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first year the new CEO was at the helm, the company did $58.8 billion. 9 months into the current year, these are 9 months numbers. We'll get the rest of the numbers in a couple of weeks. But 9 months in, it was $39.9 billion. There's no way it's going to get to $58.8 billion. So the revenue declined quite a bit since the first year of the new leader. When I think about what's been going on at HP, a lot of their profitability and the stability of their profitability, that really came from the previous CEO and all the cost cuts that previous CEO put in place. That's the reality. All you got to do is go back and look. The previous CEO put in place some major cost cuts because he knew that the company was going to have some headwinds. He knew the company was going to have some headwinds. And all the things that the current CEO has done hasn't really helped the company. Let's look at the supply business on the print. The first year, the current CEO was at the helm, the supply business did $12.9 billion in revenue. 9 months into FY 2023, the supply business is sitting at $8.6 billion. There's no way they're getting to nearly $13 billion. They're going to be off that number almost $1 billion, if not over $1 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, think about the Poly acquisition. The current leader bought Poly. Going to change the world with Poly. At the end of the day, that company was doing $1.7 billion when HP bought them. That number, that $1.7 billion, is going to be in the FY 2023 numbers, and only a little bit of that revenue was in the 2022 numbers. So in all reality, we're looking at a $10 billion plus decline from last year. We're looking at a close to a $10 billion decline from the 2019 number. So all this hype and nonsense about subscription prints, all this hype and nonsense around Amplify, folks, we need to pay attention to the realities, and I'm sure the investors will when these numbers come out, because the revenue is going to absolutely fall off the cliff. I want to ask everybody a question. This is a logical question. What's going to happen when you get really desperate and you're an OEM whose shareholders aren't really happy that your revenue dropped as much as it dropped? What are you going to do? You know, I think about some of the crazy bad decisions HP's made in the past. You know, the lawsuit that's going on right now, where they sold these Soho machines and they told the customers, oh, look at this all-in-one. It does everything. It faxes, it scans. The customer gets it home and realizes, well, I can't fax and scan unless I buy the ink. No one told me that. So they filed a lawsuit. HP said, oh, that's ridiculous. They knew they had to buy print equipment. I mean, they bought it to print. No, they bought it to scan and fax because you told them it was scan and fax. You didn't tell them they had to buy the print or the ink. And the court says, you know what, HP, we're gonna go ahead and let this go to court. What else will they do as they get desperate? What could they possibly do with all this data that they're collecting through this Amplify agreement? How could they restructure delivering products and services and supplies directly to the end users in the business world by circumventing those dealer friends of mine that have been giving them data since November of 2020? Ladies and gentlemen, the numbers will be out. I wouldn't be surprised if they move the date from November 21st to like November 23rd. So they can come out with their numbers. They'll hope everybody's traveling to grandma's for Thanksgiving. And then the next day, they'll all be eating turkey. They'll all fall asleep. And by the time they wake up on Monday, no one will pay attention. But I assure you I will. And I look forward to publishing those numbers on an End of the Day with Ray episode coming soon. Because everybody watching me knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all tomorrow.